What is up? Coach Emma here, and welcome back to the Fit Habit Life podcast, where we cut through the noise, talk real health and fitness, sustainable fat loss, and habits that actually work. And today on the podcast, I will be talking about why I dropped out of my powerlifting meet and what you can learn from it. But before I dig in, I just wanted to thank you for listening to the podcast. If you're here, it really means a lot. Spending the time listening to me talk about various health and fitness topics, and it's awesome because that means you care about yourself and your health. So kudos to you. And if you've liked any of my episodes, if you could rate the show, share it, subscribe. It just helps me get in front of more people and help more people and debunk a bunch of crap that's out there, which is the goal. I want to make the health and fitness space as simple as possible because it really doesn't need to be as complex as it is. And it makes it challenging for people to take action. I've had a couple calls this week with clients or potential clients. Some have signed on, some I'm still waiting for. Hopefully they do. And they just don't really know where to start because there's so much info out there. And there's a lot of things that contradict each other. And there's a lot of people who are really confident in their version of things that could be very incorrect. So I'm not going to dunk on anybody or any fitfluencer or diet guru. But if you know, you know. So basically, thank you. I want to get as much actual true information in front of people as possible so that people don't fall into the same pitfalls and mistakes that I have. So anyway, thank you for being here, and if you could rate the show or share it, I'd really appreciate it. So anyway, let me dig in. So I actually have not shared this publicly, so only my husband and my coach know. So now you subscribers know, and anybody who's drops in to listen to my podcast knows. But yeah, I decided to not compete in powerlifting. My competition would be, I don't know, today's the recording, be about in like 5 or 6 weeks. And yeah, I decided to drop out. For those of you who know me well, probably understand why. For those of you who don't, and by know me well, I just mean know what's been going on in my life. Yeah, it makes sense. So I'm not gonna never compete in powerlifting. I actually want to, but I just want to be in a better place, physiologically and mentally and stress-wise. So, because backpedaling, this year has been a whirlwind. My father-in-law almost passed away. Well, he did and was resuscitated. We've had a lot of big life events. My husband had to care for my father-in-law for months. We got a house, so that's very stressful. I left a stable career as a software engineer and decided to pursue coaching full-time. My husband and I had gut issues. His was super severe to where we thought he was having a heart attack. Listen to What's Wrong with Joe. I don't remember what episode number that is, but if you look it up, it'll be easy to find. Then there's probably other things I'm forgetting. Other family members got a variety of injuries, and then one of my husband's family members was given a couple weeks left to live, so we just went on a road trip last minute, and then she passed away recently, so we just went out there again, and we've been traveling a lot and dealing with a lot, and the stress has taken its toll on me, so I did lose my menstrual cycle again. I am not concerned because I know why. So I'm not in a deficit. I am fueling my body. I'm eating a crap ton of carbs. On training days, I have to eat 400 grams of carbs. If you haven't tried to do that, it is a chore. You have to really plan ahead of time. I'm prioritizing my sleep and recovery my sleep hasn't been good because of the stress, and I got my hormones checked and I have like no progesterone. And if you know what that does, that is very crucial for sleep and just overall female health. My estrogen is worse than a postmenopausal woman's right now. My testosterone is fairly low as well. So my body is showing the signs of a very, very, very stressful year. And running a business is stressful. Who would have thought running a business is stressful? I don't know. Anybody with a brain. So, and because I care, it makes it more stressful because I'm worried like, oh my gosh, is my client doing well? How can I provide more value to my client? Or if my client's struggling, what can I do to help? So there's a lot of just stress in running a business. And then given the market, people are like getting laid off. Unfortunately, I don't think this, or I wouldn't have a coach and I wouldn't be a coach, but some people might think having a coach is like a luxury. And while it can be expensive, I think if your health is not good, it should be a priority and it should be the number one thing that you're investing in. Maybe not a coach, but investing in your health. That should be the number one thing. And I've done an episode, Can You Afford Not To? That was recent. Check that out if you're interested. I'm not going to dig into that again. I think that was episode like 51 or something. But anyway, yeah. So basically my health has not been good. My hormones are tanked. My stress is crazy. I'm having trouble sleeping. Even though I'm doing the things. And I'm stressed about financially, like going on another trip. We were just in California a week and a half ago again. So it's like, oh, okay, flying somewhere. There isn't a powerlifting meet in Utah in November, so I had to find somewhere else. So we'd have to fly there, which would be fun, go somewhere else, explore, and then we'd have to pay for a hotel, pay for food. Takes time away from my business and time away from other things, right? And travel in general is really stressful on the body. So anyway, that's why I decided not to compete. I still love to train, so I will keep training. And I'm keeping my coach. We're going to get my health back to optimal and then get ready for snowboard season and then potentially doing a meet post snowboard season or maybe early on in snowboard season before the snow picks up. I really hope it's a good winter though. Last year kind of sucked. So yeah, and we've been traveling so much recently that we just needed a break. Like I need a break. Like the idea of going on a plane again or traveling somewhere is crazy. We went to California 3 times this summer for a wedding, family stuff. And then, I don't know. I just feel like since I've moved to Utah, I feel like I have not been in Utah enough. So I'd like to not travel until January unless it's for fun and it's like a short road trip, like a couple hour road trip, maybe to Idaho or Wyoming or southern Utah, which is very beautiful. So anyway, that's why I'm not competing in powerlifting. And it took me a while to make that decision, and me taking so much time to make that decision actually made me more stressed. And I think me just making the decision, even though I knew that's what I wanted, me doing it and talking to my coach and telling him, it just really helped me be at peace with the decision that I had already made. I was thinking of maybe switching to another one so we didn't have to travel so close together. But then I'm like, really right now, my priority is my clients, my business, my physiological health, and my relationship with my husband. So, competing is fun and I like to compete in things, but I don't need to enjoy doing the health stuff. Like I know it can be a big motivator for a lot of people. But anyway, The reason I told this story is twofold. So, one, I was very nervous to speak to my coach because I am a recovering people pleaser, so I didn't want to disappoint him. I was getting really strong. Like I am a type A, like high achiever. So if I have a goal and I say I'm going to do a goal, I feel like a failure if I decide to quit on the goal, which I'm not quitting, I'm just postponing. And I was getting super strong, like really strong, like the strongest I've ever been. So it was hard for me to like look at big picture, like, is this really that important in the grand scheme of things? No, my health is a lot more important. But two, also, why am I scared to tell my coach? My coach is on my team. So anyway, I told my coach and he's like, yeah, that's a great idea. Right? So one, if you're scared to tell your coach something, don't be. But if you are, because then they end up being an asshole and making you feel bad about it, you should get a new coach. So if your coach is not prioritizing you or your health or what you want, then your coach is not a great coach. So you should probably find a new one. Because you shouldn't be scared to voice your opinion or what you want. And so all my clients listening to this, if you are like, if there's something that we're doing and you're like, you know what, my goals changed, I don't want to do this thing anymore, don't be scared. Tell me. That's totally fine. That doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm here to support you. I'm in your corner. I'm on your team. You lead. I just guide and direct and make sure that you get to your goal the best way possible without, or I guess while prioritizing your health. Because that's important. Most people want to feel good and live long. So, and again, if you want to compete in bodybuilding, you want to compete in a high level sport and deprioritize your health, I'm probably not the coach for you. If you want to compete at a sport while also maintaining your health, I'm your coach. Or if you just want to really look your best and feel your best and be able to live your best life, I'm your coach. I'm the coach for you. And I don't judge. And again, if a coach makes you feel bad about a decision, then they're not a good coach. Like, a coach is your support system. You should be able to be honest and open with them. So shout out to my coach, Garrett. And yeah, so that was a caveat, because I've had some people before like that, or have had consults with me, or I've chatted with other coach friends or other people who have had coaches, and they're like, yeah, my coach like beat me up in the workout, and when I'd say I didn't like it and I felt like sick, he'd be like, too bad, this is what you need for your goals. Well, firstly, there's a lot of things wrong with that. You should feel better after you work out than before you did. But it's not about the coach, it's about you. So if your coach is not prioritizing you and your goals, then they're not a good coach. So anyway, and then twofold. The second reason I wanted to bring this up is, if you're not healthy, I prioritize my clients' health always, foremost, right? Because sometimes we get caught in like the number on the scale, how we look, performance, maybe we push it too much and then we have aches and pains and other things. We're not recovering adequately. Our sleep is getting worse, or other things. I prioritize my clients' health. But as a coach, I have talked about openly, I have a disordered relationship with exercise and food. I'm way better than I used to be, but those tendencies are still there. So I'm like, I'm hungry. I'm like starving all the time. That's totally fine. Or, I'm trying to be the best, and I don't want to let people down, so I have to compete in this thing and I have to do this thing, even though right now it's probably not a good idea. And I was deprioritizing my health to do something that I wasn't necessarily in a great spot to do mentally or physically. So, yeah, basically prioritize your health and the results will get there. Because think about it this way, like with my hormones screwed up, right? I'm not sleeping well because progesterone is really important for sleep. Testosterone is really important for recovery. Estrogen is very important for gut health and all sorts of other fun things that I can't think of right now. But yeah, I don't have optimal levels of those, and my sleep isn't good, and I'm trying to compete in something. I'm probably not going to do the best that I can in those things. Right? Doesn't that make sense? Same thing with, diets or going on a cut or something. If your diet is so extreme that you're starving all the time, your sleep is impacted, your mood just gets real rough, like you're not fun to be around anymore and you're cranky, that's probably a red flag that what you're doing is not going to get you the results that you want. It might actually end up in worse results. So hopefully that makes sense. But anyway, I wanted to share that story because I struggle too. I'm a human. I feel like most coaches struggle. Coaches need coaches. We need that as well. Even if we've gone through a lot of stuff on our own and made a lot of progress to achieve that next level result, you need somebody to hold you accountable and prioritize your health when you probably won't. So anyway, if you listen to the whole thing, thank you for listening. Hopefully you got something out of this. Maybe this helps you reframe what you're focusing on now, and maybe you're thinking, oh, I thought I wanted this thing, but after hearing your story and looking at it big picture and other priorities in my life right now, it might not be a priority, and so I might shift that down the road. Or if you realize you have a coach that isn't a great coach and kind of makes you feel bad about stuff, or doesn't listen, doesn't take you and your goals in your life and what you want into account when making decisions, then maybe this is time to shop around, get another coach. And I'm available if you'd like to work with me. So if you want to set up a discovery call below, you can do that. But yeah, really, at the end of the day, prioritize your health. That's what's going to get you the best results, whether it be performance, body composition, just overall quality of life. Put your health first. Don't make the same mistake I did. So anyway, thank you for listening. And please rate the show or subscribe if you enjoyed it, and share it with people. As I said, the more people that hear this podcast, the more crap that is debunked, so more people can actually start to get results. So anyway, thank you for listening. Hope you have a great day. See ya.